This is what a long-distance marriage during a pandemic looks like. Ian Martin and his wife Pooja first bonded at a book fair. He says 98% of their relationship is now conducted via WhatsApp.
It's not easy. We're in constant touch with each other, and we talk on Skype almost every day. But obviously there's things we'd like to be doing, like, you know, starting a family or whatever. And these things have all been put on hold.
I haven't quite moved in. I'm waiting for my husband to join me.
While Ian remains stuck in Colchester waiting for a US green card, Pooja is in Washington, D.C. getting things ready for the day they can finally be together.
I bought this condo here as our home, and I've been setting it up, but making all the decisions about color and flooring and how to furnish is really challenging on your own when it was intended to be for both of us. So there's a lot of WhatsApp and Skype and a lot of screenshots being sent back and forth. We're making the best of it, but it's been really challenging living apart from one another.
The couple have spent just 4 weeks of their 19 months of married life together and are desperate for a UK-US travel corridor.
I would politely ask Mr. Biden to look at the current restrictions and see if there is any exemptions that can be made, any way of reopening that travel corridor. I'm not entirely convinced I would waste much breath discussing anything with the British Prime Minister, because he doesn't really seem to have his hands on the levers there.
Does it upset you?
Hugely. Hugely. I mean, I'm still doing that thing of trying to put a brave face on it now, but, you know, I've been married for 19, 20 months at this point, and I've had so little time with my wife.
The organisation, Love Is Not Tourism, has put together a global task force trying to reunite separated families. 50% of their global community haven't seen their partner since the pandemic began. 50% say they hadn't suffered mental health problems prior to the separation. 87% say they're now worried about their mental health.
What we're asking for is just people in our unique circumstances, just a bit more freedom and leeway in terms of being able to travel a bit more often and see our partners ultimately. Because if you look at the current situation in the UK, where you've got most countries under amber and red, people just, let alone the cost of pure testing to go abroad and come back, the time of having to come back and then quarantine for 10 further days off work, a lot of people just can't do that.
The government says it's working on a balancing act between reopening international travel and protecting the vaccine rollout from new variants. But for couples like Ian and Pooja, that travel corridor can't come quick enough. Enda Brady, Sky News.